In a world like none other, there comes one man in search of plastic, in search of cons. He is known as Plasticon. Join him as he brings toys from another dimension to a household near you.
Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover of Generation 2 Blades. Here's Blades in his helicopter mode, and this is absolutely amazing. This is a very, very large helicopter, and it's got a lot of room in it. It's not just a normal helicopter though, it's kind of got a bit of a cargo bay here in the very back, and we'll take a good close look at all that here in a second. But it's a really, really neat helicopter. It's got a lot of camouflage on it. It's got this kind of a blue and kind of a lighter turquoise blue going on, which makes it look really, really neat. It's got this huge black canopy and this nice black engine pods along with the black guns here on the front. It's also got a winch here. I'll show you how that works. And it's got a couple other things here. Let me untie this winch, because I was using this to hang it from the ceiling, because I thought that was cool that I did that. But yeah, it's got a lot of really, really cool detail. Let's take a look at the little winch piece here, since I already got it out. It's got like a little hook on the end of it. It's a pretty detailed little hook. It's pretty nice. The hook itself is actually winched up by just turning this little thing. And the clicking you're hearing is from this little orange part here. You just kind of push it down to release the hook. So you just kind of just run it up like this, and see, if you want it to come down, it's not going to come down because it's got a lock in it. So you just press this button and it unlocks it and allows it to drop. Now this is primarily a sometimes it likes to get stuck. It's a pretty long string, by the way. Really, really long cable. Let's see how far down I can go with it. Show you. It's still going. It's got a lot. Okay, there we go. I hit the end of it. It's got a really, really long string on it. And this is pretty nice because you can actually suspend things from the helicopter just with this winch, which is really neat. I'm really into this. This is a very, very G.I. Joe-y type of thing to do. Now, if you don't want to hear the clicking, you just push this up, and then you can just like freely spin this up to be able to run the cable back up into its fixed position. Now this thing here, you can kind of tuck it up out of the way if you want, so that way it's not just hanging and dangling. It's also got this cool little function here on the side where it's got a, again, notice this thing's huge. It's got a little gunner seat here that slides out, which is pretty neat. And you can put a G.I. Joe figure in there. I've got a little Leonard knockoff 90s dude here, which is really neat. I like these guys. I was always a fan of the Leonard toys, and he fits just fine in here. Just have to kind of get him positioned. This is Plasticon struggling with toys again. It's another one of those episodes, right? That's okay, we love those. But anyway, you can put him up here. You can man the gun, which is kind of cool. It's not bad. It's pretty neat. And he can actually slide inside without hitting his head. He's got a lot of headroom, which is pretty nice. He's got, yeah, It's about a quarter of an inch of headroom here. That's just him kind of setting forward. If you really want to set him up completely, you can. There's no peg on the seat itself to actually allow the figures to just stay in there. But I mean, he sits in there pretty successfully, so it's not bad. It works pretty well. And it allows you to, you know, have a gunner up here. And so if you want him to come out here and either this is how he's loading, or say he's wanting to fire at the enemy down below, you know, Decepticons and the Cobra, you can just slide out like that and pew pew bang bang, because you know he's got this double machine gun. It's pretty neat. It's also got this huge cannon here on the front. It's actually got a missile in it. And you press this little button right here and boop, it fires the missile. It's pretty decent, not bad. The missile's just kind of a normal style type. Nothing really here to write home about. It's just a launching missile. Very appropriate for 90s Joes. And it's that screaming orange that everybody loves. Taking kind of going here toward the back. It's got a little light here with 4 buttons. And this is the battery compartment. It's just like the Canon, it takes the same style little watch batteries, but it's got 4 different sounds, so let's go ahead and hear those. And the first one is helicopter getting ready to take off. Next one. Got some missile launching sounds. Then we've got some pew pew bang bang sounds. And then very, very appropriate almost for robots. Now I know that's probably like some kind of combat sounds because of what the nature of this toy. Very robotic sounding. It's very cool. It's got these huge propellers. You know me, I like my propellers. And these things are detailed top and bottom. So it spins pretty good. Not terrible. It's got this huge handle here on the top, so you can just kind of carry it around, which is pretty neat. And he's also got his rear prop, which spins pretty well. This actually spins a lot freer than this, but this is just kind of friction setting in there, so your mileage may vary on that. And then moving around over here to the back, we've got a cargo door. This cargo door here, it's got like a little thing here. You can just kind of pull this down. The ramp just pops down. It's got quite a bit of room in there. If you noticed, it's very, very spacious on the inside. Lots of room. It's a very hollow space, but that's okay. And you can see it's kind of a hollowy type of plastic, which is fine. You know, it's lightweight. And that's one thing I do like about this toy. It accommodates room here. I can park Groove inside. 100% fits all the way up in there, as you can see. And then you can close the cargo bay, and there you go. You got Groove hanging out on the inside here. It doesn't have to go up all the way like that. You can kind of move it around however you want. You can tell Groove is just kind of chilling in there. He's just sitting on the inside of Blades' cargo hold, which is really neat. If you guys know any of the lore behind G2 Blades, G2 Blades was actually a he wasn't a rescue helicopter. He was a SWAT chopper. This is very appropriate for G.I. Joe, because G.I. Joe would have a very combat-ish style thing. And this does roll out really, really well from the back of those. The detail on this helicopter is really, really nice too. It's got a lot of like sculpted detail. It's very well done. Kind of almost overkill with the greeblies, but you know what? I don't mind that. I think it's pretty neat. It's got this huge cockpit here in the front. And we're going to open up the canopy here. I know you guys are probably wondering because the last one I did didn't actually have an emblem on it. Well, there it is. There it is. It's got the G2 logo right there. Let's take a look at the cockpit here. The cockpit here opens just like so. There's not much in here. It's just plenty of room here for Scarlett's set. If you wanted to, you can also set another character in here next to her. So you got a pilot and co-pilot. And it's kind of hard to see, but there is a console. And the console is actually built into the canopy on this. I'll try to get a good look here on the inside for you, so you guys can see what the inside of it looks like. It's got a really nice little console there. It's very brightly colored. Let's see if I can maneuver this so you guys can see it a little better. There you go. It's got a nice console. Plenty of room there. Little buttons there for them to press and operate the helicopter. Very neat. Do like it a lot. I love the coloring on this thing. The coloring is absolutely amazing. It's got the yellow there on the wheels, kind of, you know, because if you looked at the original G2 Blades, his wheels were yellow. He also has these yellow markings here on the top propellers as well. It's just an overall very, very nice helicopter. Now I know you guys out there are probably eagle-eyed viewers, and you know, you're like, okay, I kind of think I know where this is from. Well, this thing here may become a dead giveaway. It also came with a it's kind of a cargo transport piece. This cargo transport piece is it's a plastic material. It's got this nice like ribbed cabling here. This has actually got some really cool detail on the inside, kind of just like metal plating. And it's also got it as well on the outside a little bit too. So it's got like these kind of skid plates, that way if you're just bringing whatever it is down to the ground, it will allow you to do that. What's cool, I'm going to take Iron Fist here, and we're going to transport Iron Fist in this helicopter. So I'm going to show you how this works. Take this part here and you'll roll it over the front wheels, and then you'll take this right here and go over the back wheels. Now this right here will actually fit several different size vehicles. This is very flexible kind of plastic, so it will kind of move any direction you need it to. These are just kind of frictioned in, so they move back and forth. And it does a very good job of holding it. I mean, you notice it's not gonna fly around. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, so you're going to use the cable here to use it, right? No, I'm not. This is good for rescuing, but this is not good for actually transporting this heavy piece of machinery. What it does have, though, is really neat. It's actually got a tow hook underneath here. This is a fixed hook. It doesn't move or anything, but it's neat. So, what you do with it is you'll bring it over here, and then you just hook it onto the piece, and then there you go. We now have the helicopter hoisting Iron Fist up in the air. And this is a really, really cool little thing. And the cool thing is you can drop it like this, take the helicopter, back it out, and now he's on the ground for the Joes to take these bits here off of him. So Iron Fist can roll into action, and then the helicopter can come back, then Blades can come back and pick this here up and then take it away. I know people out there are like, okay, I really do know what this thing is. I've seen it before. And you have. You've actually seen this before. This is actually at Walmart right now. Walmart's got this thing that's in the Kids Connection aisle. And it is a knockoff version of a helicopter set. It's got this little thing. It's got this. It's got that huge artillery cannon and that other transport minesweeper vehicle. That all comes together as a big bundle that you can pay like $20 for. This is the cheapest and easiest $20 you can ever spend to get the coolest stuff to customize, to turn into whatever you guys want. You guys obviously tell, I have took this and turned this into blades. You can literally do anything you want with this. But I wanted some Generation 2 Transformer size vehicles to go with my G.I. Joes. Just because the Joes didn't have that in actual toy form in the 90s doesn't mean we can't do it today. And that's why I decided to take, Scarlett here and put her with Blades, because she would be a helicopter pilot, but she would also be a ninja. And this is a very ninja thing to do anyway, is to come in, stealthily in a helicopter, then go and run off and go do your mission, and then come back, get in the helicopter, and then take off, because you don't require a landing strip with a helicopter. You can kind of land it pretty much anywhere as long as it's safe to land. Cool thing is about this toy, it can hold a massive amount of Joes. That's what's awesome about this toy. It's the biggest vehicle I own, and I think it's really neat. As you guys can tell, I have customized this thing to the nines. I've done a lot to this thing, and it really does look incredible. And it just having, the capability to be able to carry other vehicles together with, the aid of a cable-driven cargo style thing. And the cool thing is you can actually store this if you wanted to. You can store this on the inside of the helicopter. All you have to do is kind of just shove it in the back, and then it'll sit back there. You don't even have to set this as a separate piece. You can actually just have this stored inside with your Joes, like getting ready to maybe go pick Iron Fist up from a battle or something, or getting ready to steal the Shockwave cannon or capture Onslaught and take him somewhere if you wanted to, because those all fit very well on this. And this is a knockoff of a Chapman helicopter, but what's cool is this is an Art Core, and it fits just fine with it. Same thing with your Joes. Your Joes are just as prevalent to be able to fit with a lot of this as well. All this kind of works together, and some of you guys out there that are really into your custom stuff, this is absolutely perfect. But anyway, this has been Plasticon. This has been yet another Generation 2 Transformer G.I. Joe crossover review. And I'll see you guys around, because I have plenty more coming your way. That's it for now. Bye! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover another Generation 2 G.I. Joe Take two.